Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube. I'm so excited to get into this. Today's video is all about how I have personally manifested $500,000 business for myself. I've manifested the growth of my agency. I've manifested living around traveling around the world essentially for the last 3 years. All of this I did from the place of my bedroom when I had £0 and 0 pence to my name. All that it took was journaling. And a lot of people have their own manifestation techniques that work for them, but for me this has been the one thing through and through for the last 7 years, I would say, has worked magnificently for me. So this book right here, it all started with this, I'd say. So this is called the 6-Minute Journal. I will add an Amazon link in my bio and you guys can go and purchase this directly. All of my mentees, I give them this book because this book is everything. I got my first one I think when I was 20, and since then everything has been in here, and I've had 7 of these. And when I go back to my parents' house, reading through the old pages of the things that I would say, and literally right now realizing I'm living in my manifestations has been just so instrumental to me. So best thing about this is it's got I'm grateful for, this is how I'll make today great, positive affirmations first thing in the morning, and then at nighttime you get my good deed today, how I'll improve, and great things I experienced today. And I found this was always keeping me really grateful for everything. And one key thing is gratitude when you are manifesting. So let me get into the more exciting portion of this video. My favorite scripting technique is I am so grateful now that, and then I say that thing. So this plays on from Neville Goddard's concept of assuming the wish fulfilled. This concept is very key from living from the end and using inner assumption and the law of assumption to shift that into your outer reality. So for example, let's say I'll actually give my own personal examples for this. I remember when I had my food business and I was doing food deliveries all around my hometown, and at the time I didn't have a car and I didn't have a license, so I would be borrowing my parents and my brothers and being can you drop me to this place, can you drop me to that place, just to drop off food. And I remember wanting a car so badly. At the time I just started the business, so I'd saved up about £1,000. Let's be for real, you cannot buy a car in the UK for £1,000. Well, and yeah, that's besides it. And I remember being I'm going to spend less than £3,000 on my dream car. At the time I really wanted a Mini. Thought about it 24/7. It was it just made sense. Red interior on a red Mini, that was it. And I remember on my vision board literally adding a picture of my Mini with the private number plate, bearing in mind I had no license. Let's just place that as a key factor into this, right? So at the time I'm visualizing this, and I remember finally I had saved $2,500 going for a car viewing, and my dad being no, this is not the car. And I'm what do you mean, Dad? I've got the money. This car is exactly everything I've visualized, everything I've written in my journal for the last six months of. Thank you for providing me with this red Mini. I'm driving through M25 on my way to see my friends in a party. I was writing it down to the T and visualizing it, and it was me behind the car. And at the time I was so annoyed at my dad. I was how dare you tell me no, this is the car I've been manifesting on. Now here, we've traveled all the way here. And I'm so grateful he said no, because that car had its own personal issues. And that same night I went home, found another car that was even cheaper, and it was even more down to the T on my visualizations than I could have imagined. But it's the fact that I had already told myself months in advance, I've got this car, I've got this money. It wasn't even months, it was in the process of 3-4 weeks I'd managed to save that amount, and I'd managed to get the car that I wanted, all by scripting it And when I'd started, I had no clue what I wanted or anything, and I passed my driving test around the same time. So this all happened back to back to back, and I was just really extremely grateful at the time, because this was the power of visualization for me. And here, as you can see, I've mentioned 3 different techniques. I've mentioned visualizing through meditation. So there's me like meditating myself, driving in the motorway, like with my friends in the car, blurring. That was that. And then at the same time, I've used scripting, and because of the scripting, like I've vividly said this. And then I'm also using the law of assumption on, I already have this down to the detail, and that's exactly as I'd like said it in there. That's exactly what worked out. Me and my friends ended up traveling all around the UK in this car, like on our way to parties. You know, it was exactly as I'd written it out. Abraham Hicks explains it as, you don't get what you want, you get exactly what you feel. So scripting isn't just a wish list, it's exactly what you feel is owed to you by the universe. And my favorite technique, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, I would literally write out, I am so grateful now this has happened. And like that assumption of it's already happened, I'm just waiting on the universe's time to deliver it to me, is exactly what would happen. But that alone is not enough. Feeling is the most important thing. Around everything, it needs to be emotion. And I remember when I like first started my manifestation journey, I just didn't understand it. I was like, what is a secret everyone keeps talking about? What is Neville Goddard talking about? What is the secret? What's law of attraction? What is it? And it is emotion. I see it as energy emotion. If you tell the universe exactly what you want and then you place emotion behind it, it's there for you. I'm gonna tell you how you go from scripting over to it coming into your actual reality. Okay, you need to regulate your nervous system. You'll hear loads of people saying this, but you need to regulate your nervous system. You can't access the quantum field in survival mode. If you've got any worries, any doubts, anything in the back of your head that just keeps playing and playing and playing, like thinking, I need to pay rent by tomorrow, I need to pay this, that, you can't manifest from that. Like it literally reeks of scarcity. It reeks of I do not have, which repels the universe more than anything. Start this by breathing, calming your nervous system, and grounding your emotions. You're not just writing, and you need to remember that you're also transmuting at this point. Step 2, step into your identity. Close your eyes and fall into the version of you that already has this reality. What do they feel like? What do they think about? And what do they celebrate? Step 3, write like it's a memory. Your scripting should read like a journal entry from the future. So what I tend to do is I place a date onto it. If it's 6 months from now, I place that date of like, let's say 6 months from now is September, I'll place the date of like, let's say 1st of September 2025. I am so grateful. Today has been an amazing day where I have had £10,000 deposited into my bank account. This feeling is just so amazing. I've worked so hard to receive. Everything that I want is falling into place. I am so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It shouldn't be a I want to, but instead it should be this happened, this changed me, this is my new normal. Step 4, infuse it with emotion. Your words are nothing without emotion, as I've previously said. You need to cry, be overjoyed, think of the most happy memory that you have most recently had, and replay that emotion over and over and attach it to this manifestation, because emotion really is the activation code. Step 5, repeat it until it becomes familiar. Familiarity is what makes the subconscious believe that something is reality. Do it every day, not from pressure, but from embodiment. Let me know below what previous steps you haven't taken into account, and let me know if there's something new that I've actually informed you of, because that could be the difference between why your previous manifestations haven't been working and why they're working now. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video. So if you look in the bio, I've actually added all of my scripting prompts, and I've also added a link to the journal that I have been using all of this time. Again, a normal journal that is just plain and blank would work perfectly fine, even just a notebook, even just your notes page. But I tend to feel like when I'm putting pen to paper and the ink is running through, something just works a little bit better. I know there's a psychological term for that, I won't get into all of that, but there is reality in writing, and I hope this all works out for you. Good luck, and if you have any crazy manifestations, just DM me and let me know exactly what. I'd be more than happy to be your accountability partner and to hear all about your successes.